Got our power panel now. Will Hurd, former Republican congressman from Texas. Mark Penn, former Clinton advisor and pollster. Thank you, gentlemen, for talking to us. Okay, so Will, it's sort of been suspected that perhaps Mike Pence would throw his hat in the ring. Obviously, it's an uphill battle. First and foremost, I think most would agree that he's not as dynamic of a personality, but he certainly does appeal to the Reagan conservative base, if you will. What do you see his chances as being here among this very vast field, Will?
Well, if the election was today, he has no chance, but the election is not today. And ultimately, here's what I think. Options are always good. I don't subscribe to this narrative that too many candidates in the race are going to ultimately help Donald Trump. The Republican Party is not the party of groupthink. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, who can we elect that can win in November? If we want to do things like bend back inflation, address the national debt, address the federal deficit, if we want to fix the border problem, this is a crisis that's happening at the border, if we want to win this new Cold War with China, then we have to win in November, and we need to have a candidate that can do that. And we know Donald Trump can't. You know, he's been a proven loser, excuse me. We know we lost a House in 2018 because of him. We lost the White House and the Senate in 2020, and the red wave didn't materialize. He hasn't grown his brand with independents and conservative Democrats, and that's the question that Republicans should be asking ourselves, because if we elect Donald Trump, then we are willingly going to lose to Joe Biden in 2024.
Will, his conservative values, okay? We haven't seen a staunch conservative in the White House in a while. There is a part of this country, old school Republicans, that would like to see that back. When it comes to abortion, he wants to enact banning abortion after 15 weeks. He would like to see, let's say, the abortion pill be taken off the market altogether. He is a Christian. He would be obviously an appeal to the evangelical Christians that very much want a conservative party figure. But how much is personality going to play a role here? Because if you compare him to, like, let's say, a Ron DeSantis, who also has very conservative values and views, and the state of Florida has been doing quite well since the pandemic, his personality stands out. And that's where Mike Pence might be, I don't know, a little bit weaker as a candidate.
Look, we got to go back to the old school. Do you want to have a beer with either one of those folks?
Hey, I say that every time I meet a new mom. I'm like, would I drink with her? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess it should apply to politics
as well. You want to hang out. You want to hang out. And look, there's no question Mike Pence is conservative.
Yeah.
I enjoyed working with him when I was in Congress. But again, you know, he has 4 years is a lot of things to disentangle yourself from, and so that's going to be a problem with a large part of voters. And then how does that help in November? We got to make sure that we're putting somebody up who can appeal to independents and conservative Democrats, because that's the opportunity. Joe Biden's numbers are terrible. He's one of the worst polling at this time of any president. And that's the opportunity for Republicans. And we got to make sure that we are putting forward a good candidate. We got to make sure that we're making case for a modern Republican Party.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's many candidates that are making that case.